Flames consume the world, the city lies in ashes. A lone figure strikes a match in the chaos. Scorched and broken, the survivor staggers forward. He glares at the culprit behind the destruction. The burnt man brandishes a knife, vowing revenge. The gunslinger nods in approval of his courage. Ordered to deliver a message to the demons. A message with a cutting edge. He's to say Sutton sent him. Sutton rides alone across a barren land. His deed official discharge papers. The mission is clear, seek a peaceful retirement. He rides toward his new frontier home. From the shadows, hostility lurks. A crossbow bolt flies and strikes Sutton square in the chest. The shooter steps out, commanding him to stop. Looks like this town needs a lesson in hospitality. The bolt instantly disintegrates. Sutton lifts his hands in a show of false innocence. He says, "I'm John Sutton, sent by the eternal flame itself." He accepts his fate, guiding him toward Fairford. Sutton tips his hat to Sheriff George. Their handshake seals the tense encounter. The sheriff watches him leave, hoping their paths never meet again. Sutton enters Fairford, a town eerily silent. A towering stone statue dominates the town square, a statue that watches his every move. The locals glare with open disapproval. Sutton strides down the main street. Even the children watch, uneasy. He finally arrives at the land office. An official examines his writ, spotting a fresh hole. The mark of the eternal flame is undeniable. Sutton casually recalls crossing paths with a rough crowd. Getting shot at? Just another day around here. He says, "I'm Jonas Halden." Sutton can't stop thinking about the statue. Jonas reveals the statue honors his late father, a fellow Mage Wars veteran he assumes. He's truly worried about Sutton's safety, promising to find him a peaceful new home. Sutton trusts his skills. With a heavy sigh, Jonas leads him to his new property. While they ride, Sutton presses Jonas for the truth about his father. He survived the Battle of Torrens Plains, a feat Sutton deems impossible. Jonas shares the story of a water mage and his father's daring escape. The story takes a dark turn. His father was the first to die under mysterious circumstances. Sutton says Jonas's father was lucky to survive. He just hopes his new place is the silent type. They arrive to find a tense standoff underway. Jonas conveniently left this part out. Men menace a woman and her family. Jonas darts to her side, shouting her name. Ellie stands firm, shielding the two children. The lead thug looms in, taunting her terror. But her face shows no fear, only utter disgust. The men seize her while Jonas shouts helplessly from afar. The thug scoffs, dismissing Jonas's title as mere inheritance. A commanding voice shatters the tension, declaring this land his. The thug scoffs, insisting they're just taking care of business. Sutton gives a quick warning before turning them into lawn ornaments. He turns to Ellie and asks, "Are you in trouble?" She stammers a denial, fear written all over her face. Sutton passes by, urging them to keep talking. The thugs are stunned into silence by his words. Sutton's focus snaps to a more urgent concern. He wants to know where his cows are. The boy suddenly shouts, "Thieves!" She clamps a hand over his mouth, eyes wide with fear. But it's too late. Sutton heard it all. He towers above them, demanding answers. Ellie brushes it off, claiming it's nothing. The lead thug smirks, brushing off the boy's words as lies. Sutton steps in, revealing he heard everything. He's extremely picky about his livestock. The thug's defiance is crushed by a sudden iron grip. A hard lesson in crossing John Sutton. The thug crashes into the side of the house. Sutton steps in, issuing a clear command. He has just 3 days to bring the cows back. Abruptly, we're thrust back into the aftermath. Dust drifts as dusk hushes the farmhouse. Sutton calls out to Ellie as she enters with her son. Ben fears they'll have to leave. His mother softly calms his fears. She assures him everything will be okay. But Ben remains skeptical, remembering Sutton's military background. Sutton calls out to Ellie as he reads inside. She replies, her voice trembling with fear. He jokes that squatters weren't exactly in the brochure. She reveals the original owner has died. Jonas took them in after the Lepurian army destroyed their town. A detail that takes Sutton utterly off guard. Sutton gazes into the flickering candlelight. Flames flicker in his eyes, awakening a memory. Fire, chaos. One soldier stands alone,